Hello there, everybody, this is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Last time we took care of quite a number of things. We've taken care of one of the members of the Mushroom XIII. We've also completed the two optional worlds, Atlantica and Bane of My Existence. So in today's session, we're going to be taking care of, hopefully, the remaining members of the Mushroom XIII, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get things underway now, shall we? So, our first Mushroom XIII I'm going to try to tackle today is going to be this one. If you guys remember, this particular member of the Mushroom XIII I was having some trouble with, and the high score requirement is 450. The most I got was 424 last time. So hopefully today I'll be able to get the high score. Well, crap. Wow, that sucked. Well, whatever. At least it's some more tents, maybe another drive recovery, and some other stuff too. Okay, let's try something else. How about we try... Let's go ahead and give Wisdom Form another whirl now, shall we? There is one other thing I haven't mentioned yet, and that is last time we also took out Sephiroth after like 3 tries, but hey, he was dealt with. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Not bad at all. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's another of the Mushroom XIII taken down. Got ourselves some nice tranquility stuff and another new weapon for Donald, which I believe is the Precious Mushroom. Again, another joke weapon. A staff with great magic increases MP restoration speed by 25% after MP is fully consumed. So, again, I feel as though the Mushroom series of weapons are purely joke weapons and nothing more. Okay, note to self, these things are apparently immune to magic, but aren't immune to my shooting prowess, so that's sweet. Honestly, I probably should have known about that a long-ass time ago, but oh well, it is what it is. Now then, now that that member of the Mushroom XIII is taken care of, it's time to head on off to the next world and take on another member of the Mushroom XIII. And I think I have a pretty good idea of where I want to go to next. Again, this is going to be something of which Wisdom Form is going to be perfect for. And there's one other thing worth mentioning too here, and that is... this is also going to be a good opportunity to utilize the ability known as Berserk Charge. If you remember last time I briefly mentioned something about it, it's one of those situational abilities that is most of the time useless, but for certain members of the Mushroom XIII, this is actually pretty essential to have. Especially when you're combining this with forms like Wisdom Form, Final Form, and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and equip this. And just give you a quick summary of what it does. It will, it'll basically put you in a berserk state whenever you drain all of your MP. So... well, that sucked. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? Okay. So for this one, what we need to do here is keep our distance. We need to keep our distance and take out each and every single one of these clones as they spawn, and don't let a single one touch you. So one thing I recommend you do is, of course, have Berserk Charge equipped and just shoot everything in sight. And when your MP is restored, immediately cast Curaga, Cure, or Cura, any curative spell that will drain your MP instantly. This way, you're able to go back into the Berserk state immediately. I'm not sure what the score for this is, but regardless though, as you take out more and more members of these mushrooms that spawn, it will become harder to take them out. The first few mushrooms are easy, no problem. But when you start getting into around 50 of these completed, then you're going to be in for some serious trouble. By the way, I'm not too sure what the requirement is, but I'm going to guess 100 is the requirement, and so it is. I guess that's the perfect score. Cool. Well, that makes me a very happy man. Happy to know that that worked out tremendously. Definitely a lot better than I was expecting, even if it took me 2 attempts. It really didn't matter. So anyway, next up, we're going to take care of the Mushroom XIII who resides here within Olympus Coliseum. More or less the underground portion of this place. So, as far as this one is concerned, let's take a look at its requirements. Quickly defeat the enemies. Defeat the enemies that appear. Okay, so this is kind of like a Redux version of gimics, so I feel like for this one, Master Form or Final Form is going to be the way to go, so let's try this. Let's see. Well, this isn't going to be good. So for this one, you definitely do not want Berserk Charge at all in any way. When it comes to this particular member of the Mushroom XIII, you definitely need to move fast. Hmm, 110. Well, that definitely was not the right requirement at all in any way, so you'll know if you got the requirement if you see fireworks shoot above the member of the Mushroom XIII. So let's take a look here. What was the requirement? 45 seconds. So we completed it in 1:10, and all things considered, despite the lackluster setup, that really wasn't the worst thing ever. But even so, it still wasn't great. Okay, so the score requirement for the Mushroom XIII in Land of Dragons is 85. So you don't need to do the full 100, but it is definitely something to keep in mind. 100 is definitely the best number to have. Although I kind of find it odd how 100 is the max. It's the absolute maximum you can get for that particular one. But, I'm okay with it, honestly. Anyway, I believe the Mushroom XIII whom we fought gave us a new shield for Goofy, the Joyous Mushroom, a flimsy shield. So again, another joke weapon. Alright, why don't we try this again, and hopefully this time things will go even better.
Right.
Let's go. Good. That actually worked out. One minute. Still not very good, but hey, at least it kind of worked out. Not really, but still. It was a good attempt. Not gonna lie. Though, trying to figure out which form is gonna be the best one. This is one of those things where it's best to experiment and see which form is the best form to go in. Perhaps Wisdom form will be the way to go?
Right.
Let's give it a shot. Okay, perhaps this was not the best form to go with either. Yeah, that definitely was not the best form, for sure. Ugh, that was kind of disgusting. Oh well, it is what it is. Honestly, this form can be kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. I guess we'll try a different form. Master form seemed to work pretty well. Wisdom form, not so much. Limit, I don't think will work out, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and give this a whirl. $46. God damn it. Off by a second. Well, at least I got a new record. So that's something. Okay.
Right.
There we go, finally! Now that is what I'm talking about. Also, I barely made it. Holy crap, that was really something else. Ooh, boy. Well, that's another one down, and that is freaking awesome. So then, let's see. Who is next? I do know there is one in the... Okay. I took care of the one in Twilight Town. Is there one in Hollow Bastion? Well, besides the... Yeah, that one. I need to score 75 or more. Okay. I guess that's going to be our next stop then. So, let's head on over to Hollow Bastion, aka Radiant Garden. Honestly, at this point, what I'm probably going to end up doing here is just ignoring as many enemies as I can, just so that way I can get to my destination faster. Anyway, let's take a look at some of our new equipment. We have, of course, Joyous Mushroom, Joyous Mushroom Plus, a shield with a little strength, and Majestic Mushroom, a shield with great strength, absorbs 10% of damage taken. Again, another joke weapon for Goofy here. All of these weapons are joke weapons, but depending on where you are in the game, they may actually be pretty useful. At least until you can get your hands on some better weapons. Plus, they're free, so if you couldn't afford certain weapons, then you could equip them if you so desire. Right, abilities. Let me see. Do I have Berserk Charge? I do not. Okay, this one you definitely want to have Berserk Charge on, and Wisdom Form is going to be the way to go.
Yeah.
Seriously? How? That was complete bullshit. Why did he stop spinning? I was clearly hitting him. Okay. Perhaps this isn't working out. Yeah, that definitely was not the best of ideas. Okay. Perhaps that form doesn't really work out, so we're gonna try a different one. Maybe. But I swear, it seems like with the Wisdom form, that should work. Yet, for whatever reason, it's not. I'm not sure why that is. Wow, 66. So, maybe Fire-Aga is the way to go? With the final form? I mean, I got pretty close at 66. Almost met my high score. Yep. Combo finished. Alright, maybe I'll try a different Keyblade. Let's try this one.
Give me strength. Yeah. Back off.
There we fucking go. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I win. That was the way to go. Holy shit. Bond of Flame actually was very, very useful here. Mainly it was because of that fire boost. Maybe it was Fire-Aga that also kind of played a role in that too. Regardless though, that was an absolute pain in the ass. Well, I guess while I'm here, I might as well head back into the evil Book of Doom and search for the 3 treasures that I've missed. Great! Isn't this fun? Are we having fun yet? Kill me. Alright, so, like I said, there's 3 treasures that we're missing here. Just 3. Once we find all 3, we can just get the hell out of here and never look back here again. And again, I know I could go after the Jiminy's journal entries for the minigames for this place now. Now that we've actually finished this evil book, and I mean finished like the scenarios and all. Even so, I really do not want to stay here any longer than I have to. Just, again, finding those 3 treasures is what's really annoying right now. Now I just gotta figure out where the hell to look. Where the hell can I find these freaking treasures? Where did I miss them? The only place I can possibly think of is the cave minigame. And oddly enough, you have to play it if you want to go deeper into the cave. You can't just go inside and be on your way. Well, at least we found one of the treasures. So, 1 down, 2 to go. So, the faster we can get through here, the better. And again, honestly, it's really dumb that we have to explore top to bottom of this god-awful place in order to even find the remaining treasures. Honestly, I feel as though most of the treasures that we missed, the ones that I find the most easily missable were in the cave, and during that particular minigame, so that's actually a pretty big accomplishment if I do say so myself. So anyway, at least we found 2 out of the 3 treasures, so that's a good thing. 2 out of 3, we still have 1 more left to find. And here it is. Sweet Jesus. I hope that is the last one for sure. And yes it is, thank Christ. I'm out of here, bitches! Never again. Much better. My sanity has been satisfied, at least for now. Even though I was being driven up a freaking creek when it came to, at least when it came to, the Mushroom XIII situation. Let's see here. Can I equip anything for Mr. Goof here? Definitely not auto change. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and give him, damage control, maybe? Yeah, damage control for sure. And I guess I'll give him item boost again. Not that it's really going to be of any major use here. So let's see here. What is our next stop going to be? I'm pretty sure there is a mushroom here in Agrabah. Yeah, there is. Right, this one. This one's going to be a bit interesting, to say the least. So, with that in mind, let's get on moving. I do know there's one in, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean world as well. But I want to take care of this one first. Hell, I think there's at least 1 Mushroom XIII member per world. So for this one, you definitely want limit form.
Let's go. Yeah, it's over.
8 seconds. I think that was it. I think that was the requirement. Yes, it was. It was actually 10 seconds, so I beat it by 2 seconds. Pretty sweet. There's also a Jiminy's journal entry for a minigame that, funny enough, I actually stumbled across by, not necessarily by mistake, but more like one I stumbled across accidentally while resource gathering. So, if you talk to the peddler here, My new product's selling like crazy. Care to try it out yourself? Sure, if it won't cost me anything. So, we have SB Sand Slider. It's a skateboard minigame. Race through as many checkpoints as possible before time runs out. Okay. And let's try that again, because that was complete dog. Okay, I was like, where the hell's the checkpoint? Oh, come on! Get up there! Wow, 19. I don't think that is the score requirement, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure it's something ridiculous like 50. Or maybe it wasn't. Okay, so you just had to score 10. I nearly doubled that requirement, so that's pretty nice. That's so nice. Okay. Well, that's done. Time for the Pirates of the Caribbean one. So as far as where this one is, this one is not too far, or it's actually towards one of the previous destinations that we went to, and it's actually located here on this particular island. So this is going to be fun. It is going to be kind of annoying having to duck back behind under the deck and then talking to Captain Jack Sparrow once more. But if you do go under the deck and then speak to him again, it's really not a big deal because you could just simply bypass everyone. And bada bing bada boom, everything is fine. I'm out of here, boy. So here is the Mushroom 13. Find and attack her real form. Okay. Well, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. So, this is kind of like that one, this is kind of like that one, Heartless enemy whom we fought in, I believe... Okay. Alright, let's try that again. Hopefully, this time, I can do a little bit better. So for this particular mission, what I recommend you do here is step back a bit and pay attention to the Mushroom member 13 here. And just wait for him to complete this little task. Just one thing to keep in mind, though, is you can only get a few good whacks in before he eventually, or she, in this case, eventually decides to mix herself up again. Okay, that definitely was not the score requirement, unfortunately, as far as I know. Yeah, it wasn't. So for this one, we need to defeat it within 55 seconds. Which, if you want to be able to do something like that, you definitely need to, move fast when it comes to that, for sure. So, that's something. Magic may not be super useful here. So, that's something to keep in mind. By the way, if you end up whacking the wrong mushroom, then what will happen is the clones will attack you. So, one thing you definitely want to have is high strength and lots of attack power for this particular mushroom. That way, when you reveal the real one of these, you definitely want to whack it as fast as you possibly can. Okay, I believe it is this one. Yes. 38 seconds. Okay. Second try, I will gladly take it. So, we don't have to worry about coming back here again. Unless I need to gather additional resources, which is a very real possibility. And honestly, I'm okay with this. Okay, I believe that is almost all the missions. There's still one more mission that we can take on here, and that is a skateboard time attack. And I believe for this one, this takes place back at Port Royal. So basically the first area. And of course, getting back here is gonna be met with some resistances, unfortunately. And also, you can't just save warp to said destination for whatever freaking reason. I don't know why that is. Don't ask questions, and it's really, really dumb. It's one of the dumbest things about this game, I swear. Did you want to try that sliding plank again? It does resemble a skateboard. Maybe I should. Sure, I'll borrow it. So for this one, ride through all the checkpoints as fast as possible. Okay. Seems simple enough. Let's give it a whirl. So it's kind of like the one in Agrabah, except this one is a more linear course. Plus, I don't think you have to do anything major here. By the way, if you want to maintain, like, maximum air, one thing I'd recommend you do is just hop on the skateboard and just mash the circle button. That way you're able to maintain max height as much as possible. Okay, cool. That was the minigame, and finished it within 40 seconds. That was the target. Pretty sweet. Okay, I'll gladly take that in a bag of chips. Thank you very much. Also, don't be surprised if I have to end up muting or just outright replacing the battle theme for Pirates of the Caribbean. Just saying, because you know how copyright loves to slap me across the face, like, a lot. So, for the next member of the Mushroom XIII, it is located here within Halloween Town, and it's actually back where we fought the experiment. So, before we head there, though, I kind of want to redo the gift wrapping one and get the score of 150. Which, that shouldn't be too hard. Even though I said that the last time I was here, and I kind of failed miserably. But, we can do this time. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, hell yeah, boys. This is how we do it. Definitely met that score requirement a long time ago. 221, not bad at all. Honestly, I think what really helped with this was pre-shooting some of the bigger presents. If you know exactly which, like how many presents it takes to fill up one of the bigger boxes, shooting a required number of shots and then spreading your shots more evenly across some of the other smaller boxes is honestly not a bad idea. Oh, hello. We have a bulky vendor here. So for this one, I definitely want to try to get the best prize possible. And by the way, as this thing's HP drains, it will become harder and harder to catch. So, you need to seize the opportunity quickly. Okay, limited capsule. This'll be fine. Besides, we got another orichalcum here. And prime capsule. I think we also got something else too. Ooh, serenity crystal. And more orichalcum. I'll gladly take that, thank you very much. Alright, time for this one. Say hello to this one. Avoid the enemy's magic spells. This is gonna be fun. Okay. Thankfully it can't hurt you, but its spells are pretty annoying to deal with. So, one thing I definitely recommend that you do here is use Reflect. By the way, I'm not too sure what the score requirement is for this, but I have to imagine it's pretty high. By the way, if you're out of MP, you can substitute that with a nice block. Oh right, I still have Berserk Charge on. Shoot. Well, whatever, I can take that off, at least for the time being. Then again, maybe I'll leave it on just for a little bit longer. It's not like I really need it right now. And for this particular mushroom, it really isn't too bad. All you really have to worry about is just blocking it. That's all. So, this is fine. Ow. I didn't even look at the requirement for the score. Come on, really? Ow. Ow! Damn it, man! My problem is I keep running out of freaking MP for this. Alright, so what is the requirement? I'm gonna say at least 100? 80. Alrighty, so 80's not too bad. I mean, we are getting pretty close when it came to the score requirement before, so that's not too bad, all things considered. It probably would help if if you carry around an ether, that would probably help you quite tremendously. Damn it! Damn it! Honestly, I thought I was going to do another fast shot there. So, whoops. Alright, at least we were a little bit closer when it comes to this. 75 is pretty good. It wasn't complete poo-poo garbage. Okay, that was kind of strange. But I guess it worked. 89. Alright. Now that is what I'm talking about, boys and girls. I believe that, as they say, is that. Yes, it is. Now then, there is still one mission technically available here, and I believe it is located at the other side of Halloween Town. So, for this particular mushroom, I believe you can win a Majestic Mushroom Plus, a shield with tremendous strength. Absorbs 20% of damage taken. So, again, another kind of joke weapon here, and it has Protectora. Honestly, that's probably one of the best joke weapons in the game. Stat-wise, anyway. So, really, that wasn't too bad. It honestly isn't. Oh, wait. Where am I going? The skateboarding thing, I believe, is located around in here in the workshop. You know, I'm thinking of sending those Halloween Town kids some presents. If I sent them some cute dolls, maybe we'll get along better. Ha! Well, you... well, you know what they say, it's the thought that counts. Even so, I'm just saying. Jack, just as I'm in charge of Christmas, Jack is in charge of Halloween. Everyone has their own unique calling. Cooperate well with your friends, Sora. Okay. Could have swore there was an elf or somebody around here. Or maybe they're actually in the workshop. Or they're elsewhere. There's supposed to be someone around here whom I can do a skateboarding minigame with. Question is, where the hell is that particular elf? I mean, that's the only elf I see here, and she's not the one who I need to speak to. This one is for an entirely different minigame. But again, let me look at that journal entry again. It's SB Workshop Brave. Okay, seriously, where the hell else can I turn to?
Jack!
Am I on?
Perhaps I need to have Jack in the party in order to do this? No?
Goofy!
Come on!
Ah, damn. This is very annoying. Trying to find the person who I need to speak to. Perhaps that person isn't actually here. Maybe I'm supposed to go elsewhere within Halloween Town in order to... Wait, I think I know where I have to go, now that I think about it. Maybe it's on Udale Hill. Udale Hill. Okay. Perhaps it's the mayor. I don't see anything here that we could use for Halloween. Okay, maybe not. I'm going back to Sandy's house. Want to come? Sounds interesting. Let's check it out. So this is where we go. Perform tricks and go for a high score. Okay. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard to do, especially considering that you can grind endlessly and just alternate between the two grind rails throughout the entire time and just airwalk the entire freaking way through. 1285. That's pretty good. I'm gonna guess the score's probably 1500. Or no, it was something else entirely. Yay, it was only 1000. Cool. Alright, well, I'm glad that's done. Let's see. There are no members of the Mushroom XIII within the Pride Lands, so that is something to keep in mind. You don't need to worry about that. I believe there is one in Timeless River, though, so we need to head there next. And funny enough, I feel as though that's the very last one. I could be wrong. Actually, no. There's still the one in the world that never was, so I'm crazy. Alrighty then. So for this one, let's see here. Begin the duel, keep attacking until the number of counts down to 0. So it looks like this is a job for Wisdom form as well as Berserk Charge. So it kind of acts like a bit like Marluxia and his gimmick of Doom, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this is definitely one where I would highly recommend Berserk Charge for. 26 seconds. Okay, apparently that was not the correct time. So 19 seconds. So we're still a ways off when it comes to that. Damn. Alrighty, let's try that again now, shall we? Wow. Okay, perhaps this was not the best form after all. Yeah, it definitely was not.
Give me strength. Heal. Yeah.
Although I don't know. Wow, 24 seconds. Okay, still not quite there yet. I mean, it was an improvement, don't get me wrong, but still, that was not great. Okay, I'm gonna try a different form. Perhaps Valor form will be the way to go.
Right. It's over. Yeah. It's over.
No, it's not. That was clearly the wrong choice.
Take this. It's over. Take this.
Okay, so apparently if you are too slow when it comes to that, you, the Mushroom 13 just simply buggers off. Like, you know what, no, screw you, you're not worth my time, so bye, I guess. Which is kind of lame if you ask me. Okay. I think I had the right idea when it came to certain forms. I feel like Wisdom is the way to go. Perhaps. Perhaps a different form will work out better, but I feel like Wisdom is definitely the best one. Wow, that sucked. Only 26 seconds.
Yeah.
23 seconds. Definitely better for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Deal.
Okay. That wasn't very good. But still, it wasn't the worst thing ever for sure. It could have been far worse. So, yes, I believe Wisdom form is definitely the best form for this particular task, or more or less this particular mushroom. But hey, what can I say? Alright, let's give this another try. Maybe I'll try a different form this time? I honestly don't know. Then again, maybe going with something like Master Form will work out better. Also, excuse the desktop notifications that keep popping up. No, Wisdom Form's the way to go.
Yeah.
There we go. Just barely made it for that one. I guess for that one you don't want Berserk Charge. As the end of the combo with Wisdom Form, it shoots a whole bunch of magical bullets all at once. So that is definitely something worth mentioning. So, pretty sweet. Let's see here. Okay, I believe we're down to just one more member of the Mushroom 13. Well, besides number 13 himself, which, for that particular mushroom, that one, you only encounter him after you are finished with all the other mushrooms of the Mushroom 13. Okay, so it looks like we still have to deal with number 7 and 8. And of course, number 13 himself. We still have number 1 to deal with, which, funny enough, number 1 is going to probably be the most interesting.
Give me strength.
Alright, let's give him... Let's go. The problem with this asshat is that he loves to... He just loves to do this again and again. And sometimes you just can't get any goddamn hits in. High score currently is 27. And Final Form is definitely the way to go when it comes to dealing with this particular mushroom. Because for each successive combo you deal with it, you can deal 9 hits. So for this one we need 70 hits in. Damn it! Okay. Better. Not great, but better. For sure. Okay. So as I was trying to say, this particular mushroom, when it comes to final form, you can deal like 9 hits on him for every attack you deal. So, given the fact that we have the power of multiplication on our hands, and we need a score of 70, we need to do this almost 10 times. So, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. So, we need to do this a minimum of 8 times within a very short time frame. So, here we go. I think we just met the score requirement. That is pretty sweet. Yes, we just met the score requirement for this particular mushroom. That is freaking awesome. Let's see here. What's next as far as other missions are concerned? I do know we still have other members of the Mushroom 13 yet. We still need to find numbers 7 and 8. As far as where they are, that's something I kind of need to figure out while I'm here. Let's see. I don't think there's any in Disney Castle as far as I know. There is an event quest for later, but that will become unlocked after we take care of a few things that involve certain parts of Endgame. So let's see here. Where is where's the next one? Also, if you're looking for the members of the Mushroom 13, they're not in the optional worlds at all. Only the main ones. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay, number 13, that's Radiant Garden. Next, okay, number 8 and number 7 are actually located elsewhere. And it looks like they are in Twilight Town. Interesting. Okay, I believe that's, those are the only 2, members of the Mushroom 13 left. How do I know this? Well, we have their entries here as question marks, and they are classified under Heartless, which makes perfect sense. So, cool. I have a pretty good idea where one of the Mushroom 13 are. As far as the other one, that's... Oh, right. Now I remember. One of them is in the Mysterious Tower, while the other one is actually located elsewhere. As far as where the first one is, thankfully it's not too far off from the Sunset Station. All we need to do here is just head on over towards the underground cavern, or more or less the underground tunnelway. And once we get in here, that should be where... Yep, here he is. Number 8. Defeat the enemy while avoiding its attacks. Okay, so this one sounds like it falls on the Wisdom form and Berserk Charge. We'll see. Okay. Come on, get off of me! Jesus! Thankfully, this thing can't hurt you in any way, so that's pretty nice. 42 seconds. That was pathetic. That was definitely not the way to go. Ow. Alright. I know that was definitely not the right requirement.
Let's go.
So why don't we try Final Form?
Yeah.
16 seconds. That was definitely better. Though that was not the right requirement, as far as I know. Let's see here. The requirement for this one is 10 seconds. Jesus. That's insane. Alright. 10 seconds is gonna be quite tricky. Thankfully, Final Form and its magic capability and magical prowess, it truly can come in clutch. So I believe for this one, we're going to need something with like Thunder Boost, as I feel like that's going to be the way to go. There we go, much better. And that was the requirement. Perfect. Perfecto, boys. Perfecto. Perfect. Yay. Well, glad that one is done. Now on to what is considered to be the hardest mushroom in the entire frickin' game. And I believe it is number 8? Okay, that was the wrong destination. I actually meant to go to this one right here. So, this particular mushroom is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Let me tell you folks, it's going to be absolute pain and misery. And before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and use the bathroom real quick because I have to pee. And I'll be back momentarily, so see you in a second. Alright, I'm back. Apologies. And apparently we have a new subscriber. I'm not really sure who this subscriber is. Whoever you are, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emote. Anyway. Now it's time to deal with this asset. Once you pull it out, don't let it touch the ground. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Heal. Let's go. Yeah.
That sucked. Why don't we try that again now, shall we? Okay. Definitely need to re-equip this. And for this particular mushroom, we basically have to juggle it until we get the requirement, which is going to be a lot easier said than done. And I believe for this one, we need to score 85. Jesus Christ. 85!
Heal. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, so the idea of this particular mushroom is you want to juggle it while in Berserk Charge, and you want to alternate between using the X button and the square button to attack. And you're going to need a certain ability to do something like this. I believe it is horizontal slash? Yes, horizontal slash. You need horizontal slash in order to make this work.
Heal. Let's go. Yeah.
And obviously you can't fail like that. Like an idiot. I believe for the minimum requirement in order to even have it give you a prize at all is 50?
Heal. Let's go. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Da. Da.
God damn it. This is probably gonna be the worst mushroom out of every single one.
Heal. Let's go. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Ha. Ha.
God damn it. All because it was sent flying like way too damn far. Although that was pretty damn close. 60 really wasn't too bad. It was only 20 away. Honestly, you kind of need to get this trapped in between a... No. You need to trap this between you and an invisible wall and pray to God it doesn't get sent flying too far.
Light. Let's go. Heal.
I'm retarded. And again, I used that word again. I don't know how else to describe that sheer stupidity, like the stupidest person on the planet.
Heal. Let's go. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. 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 Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
There we fucking go! Fuck you! I win! Just got it! 80 fucking 6. Jesus fucking H Christ. That was the absolute freaking worst. Well, thank God that is over. We don't have to worry about dealing with it ever again. So, now that all the members of the Mushroom 13 are dealt with, it's time to collect our just reward. And with that, after dealing with all 12 members of the Mushroom 13 and interacting with the 13th one, he'll give us the Winner's Proof, a weapon of extraordinary magic and great strength, disables the gaining of experience. And we also have the Proof of Peace, proof of appeasing the Mushroom 13, perhaps it has changed Sora. This is the first of 3 crowns of which Sora is given, and these crowns are exclusive to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So, as far as what these crowns are, they are purely a cosmetic change. They don't appear in the menu, and there are 3 crowns in all. The first crown you can get is dealing with the Mushroom 13, as I've already mentioned before. The second is taking out the last super boss of the game, and the third and final crown you can get is for dealing with the special surprise at the end of the Cavern of Remembrance. And let's take a look at the Keyblade here of choice, the Winner's Proof. This is a Keyblade where it may not be a bad idea to equip this thing. Just keep in mind though, having it equipped means you won't be gaining any experience, so only equip this Keyblade if you are maxed out as far as levels are concerned. So, honestly, this may not be a bad weapon choice. I mean, it has a massive magic of 7. Honestly, maybe I'll go ahead and equip it to here for final form. Yeah, that's honestly a pretty good combination. Alright. So here's the Proof of Peace, and we got a bunch of tranquility items and some nice mushroom-based items as well. So that's always nice to know. Always nice to see. And it looks like we still have some nobodies to take out. I mean, Heartless to take out yet and add to our entries. Now, let's see. As far as some other limits are concerned, I think the only ones that are left to show off are going to be the ones for Genie. He has Valor, Wisdom, Master, and Final Forms for his limits to show off yet, which I'll probably show off in due time. I'm debating of whether or not to do the Cavern of Remembrance today, or if I'm going to do something else instead. Well, I think with this, I think maybe the next best thing for me to do is to do the Olympus Coliseum Cups. Why? Because, well, we haven't really done any yet, besides the one we had to do for the second visit, but that doesn't count as an actual cup. There are several cups of which we can participate in, and as the story progresses, we'll unlock more and more tournaments. And technically speaking, there's about, I think, 4 or 5 tournaments. The first 3 will be unlocked as we progress through the game. The other ones will unlock after we finish these cups. So for the Pain and Panic Cup, fight alongside your friends. The drive gauge can't be used, but limits cost less MP than usual. So that's actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and enter the Pain and Panic Cup and get to frickin' work. And as far as limits are concerned,
Let's go.
as you can see, limits only cost about 1/4 of the gauge versus how much they cost normally. Honestly, the best limit to use for this, other than Donald's limit, I believe is not Fantasia, but the other one. Trinity is definitely the way to go here. That way you can murder everyone and everything immediately. Although getting the high score for this is really nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, that was kind of surprising how that wasn't quite every single one of these yet. Also, I forgot to take off Berserk Charge. Oops. Well, shoot. This is going to be problematic. Then again, perhaps not. So, I haven't really explained much about the Colosseum thing. Basically, whenever you defeat any enemies here within the Colosseum events, they'll drop orbs in which you can score points on. Alrighty then. That was definitely anticlimactic. By the way, that's another limit of which Sora can unleash by himself. He doesn't necessarily need Donald or Goofy in order to execute Trinity Limit, and I think that is classified under a separate limit, under the limit list altogether. So that's something worth mentioning. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Semi-final, here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, there's a few more. Alrighty then. Alright, time for the final match. By the way, if you end up kicking the bucket for any of these matches, you don't get a game over, but you do lose, and you have to start all over again. Sweet. That's the first cup down, and for winning it, we get ourselves a Protect Belt. Greatly increases defense. And a Serenity Gem. Pretty nice. That was actually pretty damn sweet, if I do say so myself. Alright, can we make anything? No, unfortunately. Not just yet. Also, before I forget again, I better take off Berserk Charge, as I've been meaning to unequip that for quite some time. So, as I was saying before, each tournament has their own unique score requirements for getting a high score. And if you meet this high score, you'll not only get the Jimmy's Journal entry for the particular tournament, but something else becomes available too. But that'll come in due time. First off, we need to beat the other tournaments. So for this one, a solo fight using Sora. The drive gauge fills faster than usual, and Sora can use drives alone. Alrighty. Let's go.
Give me strength.
By the way, if you're playing Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2, or if you're trying to unlock Final Form, this particular tournament is the best way, and honestly the easiest way of unlocking Final Form. Basically, it goes something like this. If you are trying to get Final Form and you're using the 2 Become 1 Keyblade, if you go into Anti-Form, you can retry the tournament from the pause menu. And if you're playing Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2 on like the PlayStation 2, just go into any form, and if you get Final Form, great, you got it. And if not, again, just exit out of the tournament and just redo it. Restart from the very start. Honestly, when it comes to trying to get the high score for this tournament, you definitely want to utilize Final Form and its crazy acrobatics and its sheer attack volume and damage per second. Another great form to use for this tournament is definitely Limit Form. By the way, sometimes during the middle of a tournament, the condition may change around a bit. Ha! That was pretty funny. Everyone gets zapped. There we go. All done with that. Kind of surprised I managed to finish that cup in one transformation of Final Form. That's nuts.
We did it.
There we go. And upon finishing the Cerberus Cup, we get ourselves a new weapon for Donald, the Rising Dragon. A staff with great strength and magic increases damage done with fire-based attacks by 20%. So in other words, it has Fire Boost, and we also get a Serenity Crystal. That is awesome.
Donald.
Okay, what's next? Also, what was the high score for that one? That I'm not too sure. Looks like it was 1,000 points. And somehow we managed to finish that off barely. And I'm definitely glad. Now for the next tournament, the Titan Cup. A solo fight using Sora. Sora can use summons alone in this tournament. And this one also has a very unique and annoying mechanic. This is also going to be a time where you're going to be utilizing a particular summon. Sora can use summons, but will have to fight alone. Points are lost when Sora takes damage. Defeat all the enemies without losing all your points to be victorious. Get a high score by collecting orbs. Use combos for more orbs. Duh. Okay. By the way, this tournament is going to be where you're going to be utilizing Stitch and his Ohana ability. As Ohana will allow you, more or less, to get a whole bunch of freaking orbs without too much of a problem. Granted, you're not going to be dealing a whole lot of damage to the enemies here. But honestly, this is definitely the tournament to use Stitch in, for sure. As the score requirement for this tournament is pretty high. As far as what the actual requirement is, I think it has to be around 5,000. So while you're utilizing Stitch, you want to use his ukulele, play it twice, and afterwards use the Blast one, which is a combination of both the shoot command as well as the ukulele. Doing things like this will mean you'll be able to get the most orbs possible within a short period of time. I'm pretty damn serious when I say this too. Plus, it allows you to maintain a nice safe distance between you and the enemy. Plus, you can deal some damage to some enemies, but for the most part, you're not going to be dealing very much damage. And if you can get into like a double score mode, that means it'll be even better. Honestly, that's really the best way of going about this particular tournament. By the way, if you run out of points, then you lose. By the way, I'm pretty sure that your drive gauge gets refilled back to maximum whenever you finish a round.
Let's go.
So that's something worth mentioning. If you run out of HP or you run out of points in this particular tournament, then you lose. Which I will say, this is definitely a lot easier said than done. This is probably one of the more annoying tournaments to deal with here. And honestly, if you want to best utilize the summon gauge, you definitely want it to be maxed out. That way you can get 2 Ohanas in per summon.
Let's go.
And remember what I said before about Chicken Little being the most used summon from my previous battle report? Well, I'm pretty sure thanks to this tournament and another one coming up very, very soon, Stitch is going to be the most used. Especially if we don't get the high score for this. There we go. Another great spell I recommend outside of trying to restore your drive gauge is definitely Reflect. Reflect is going to be your best friend in this particular tournament because you need to defend yourself as much as humanly possible. By the way, I think in order for the orbs to even spawn, you do have to rotate the camera so that the enemy is at least on screen. And thankfully, while the Ohana thing is going on,
Give me strength. Sora! Sora!
as I was saying, shoot, what was I saying? Now I freaking forgot. Well, whatever, it's no big deal. You basically get the idea here of what we need to do, especially when you're trying to get the high score. By the way, this is also another great place to go to level up your summon gauge. So if you're still working on leveling that up, you can do so here, in this particular tournament.
Light! Sora! Sora!
By the way, I believe in certain rounds the ceiling may start to collapse a bit.
Sora!
So that is something to keep in mind. Then again, maybe the score requirement for the Jiminy's Journal entry for this tournament is 5,000.
Let's go! Sora!
One thing that's also very beneficial, especially when it comes to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release of this game, is the faster load times.
Sora!
That is for sure, especially when you're summoning someone over and over again. Just saying. One more thing worth mentioning too is that the points that you can lose here, you can't gain those back. Ah, crap.
Heal! Yeah! Give me strength! Sora!
I'm not sure. I think that actually did hit me. Then again, maybe I just barely avoided taking damage. Honestly, one thing I will go ahead and mention here is that once you get the score requirement for this, I would just finish the tournament as per usual. Just, again, try not to get killed and don't let your points run out. If that wasn't obvious.
Let's go! Sora!
Ooh, double score. Cool.
Sora!
Definitely the perfect opportunity to do something like that. Especially now. Wow, what do you know? Stitch came through.
Let's go! Sora!
Honestly, I don't know how I managed to survive that. Then again, maybe the point requirement is higher than I gave it credit for originally.
Sora!
I can't really say for sure. I don't exactly remember the actual requirement. And I'll only know it after I exit out of the tournament. Or after I finish it. But I feel like 5,000 is definitely the requirement.
Sora! Sora!
Also, that's kind of cute how that one nobody was just doing backflips the entire time while Stitch was playing his song. That's adorable. Nice one, buddy.
Give me strength! Sora!
Also, get used to fumbling across the entire menu while trying to dodge enemy attacks at the same time and trying to summon Stitch. And also trying to execute his limit. By the way, I don't believe the shoot command will award you any orbs, so that's something to keep in mind.
Give me strength. Sora! Sora!
Might as well use Stitch's power to finish off the enemy if I can. It was like, wait, where do I have to go to execute that?
This is it. Take this. Yeah.
Okay. Almost there. Semi-final.
Light. Sora! Sora!
I will say this particular tournament, especially if you're going for the high score requirement, this is probably one of the slower tournaments to do, especially when you're doing things like this, but whatever works. Whatever will work.
Sora!
Just saying. Overall, the first 3 tournaments really aren't too difficult, provided that you are, of course, max level.
Give me strength.
Obviously, the higher level you are, the easier the tournaments will be. Just given the sheer power of your, well, power, dueling.
Sora!
Just got a little bit further to go.
Back off.
8,217 so far. Now it's time for the final match. For the final match, we have to fight against Hercules. Although, thankfully, this is just a friendly sort of battle. Also, I'm pretty sure Hercules will not produce any points at all, so that's something to keep in mind. So, farming points off of Hercules is definitely out of the question. Thankfully, there are other people who we could work with here. Might as well try to use Genie here.
Back off.
Wow. Final form Genie. He's broken. Just like Final Form itself. Well, we'll be taking this. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Please come again. Hell yeah. And with that cup complete, we get ourselves the Genji Shield. A shield with great strength and defense, quickly revives wielder when fallen and restores much of their HP. And we also get a skillful ring, which drastically increases your max AP. So that's pretty damn awesome. So, let me see what that score requirement was for that particular cup. I'm guessing 5,000? Yeah, it was 5,000. So, after completing both the Pain and Panic Cup, Cerberus Cup, and Titan Cup, we're now given access to the Goddess of Fate Cup. Which this one is going to be quite fun. Fight alongside your friends. There are no special rules in this tournament. So, again, no experience is gained. However, the rules change from every so many rounds. It's a free-for-all. There are no rules, so anything goes. Each battle will have different objectives and surprises. Get a high score by collecting orbs. Use combos for more orbs. And this one's probably going to be the most difficult tournament out of all the regular tournaments. Simply because of the weird requirements that you're going to have to deal with. Just keep in mind, though, that you can still very easily kick the bucket if you're not careful. The first round is just basically kill everyone before you die. As far as round 2 is concerned, we have to defeat all the enemies before time runs out. Thankfully, we got more than enough time to do so. I think you get about a minute to do this. So for this one, you just have to defeat all the enemies before you lose all 50 of your points. Which, thankfully, that isn't too difficult to do. Here we are. Honestly, when it comes to most of these tournaments, you definitely want to, especially if you're going for the high score, you want to utilize mostly Final Form's power, as well as maybe even the summon gauge occasionally. So, funny enough, summonings by themselves really aren't too useful outside of this particular tournament or even the Titan Cup. Just saying. I'm not really sure what the score requirement is for this particular tournament. But I would have to imagine it's somewhere around maybe 2,500, maybe? I'm not 100% sure on that one. One more thing worth mentioning too is that enemies from all different types of worlds will be showing up in this tournament. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, that was pretty good. On to the next round. Fight in the dark and defeat all enemies. That seems simple enough. By the way, the darkness in this particular round, it is basically all but pitch black. Now for the final round, or I think. Anyway, for this one, we need to fight Hades and defeat him. Which, that in itself is pretty easy. I'm pretty sure Hades will not be going into his Berserk state at all, and he'll just be in this form the entire time. There we go, 1579. And that's the guys of Fate Cup. Overall, pretty easy.
We did it!
And for completing that, we get ourselves a new Keyblade, the Fatal Crest. Increases strength by 2 during MP charge and enables combos to continue endlessly. The combo finishing move becomes unavailable. This also stacks with Berserk Charge, I believe, with it applying 2 additional strength. So, alongside that, we also get Orichalcum Plus. So that was pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. I believe there's only one Orichalcum Plus left that we need to get our hands on, and that is a big fat mother truckin' yes. Yes, indeedly deed. Okay, that was pretty bad. Okay, for the Goddess of Fate Cup, you need to score 3,000 points. Okay, so for that one, if you're going for the journal entry, I would recommend utilizing Stitch for like the early rounds. So upon completing the Goddess of Fate Cup, and more or less completing those 3 cups in particular, you gain access to a new series of cups known as the Paradox Cups, which, well, we'll be going over that in due time. For now, I kind of want to get the high score for this particular tournament. The, what was it again? The Goddess of Fate Cup. 3,000 points. I wasn't sure exactly how many points I needed. So we were about halfway there when it came to this. So that's not too bad. For any tournament you can complete, you can start from any given round that you can select by moving left and right on while highlighting that particular tournament. So I'm going to start from round 1 because this is probably going to be the best opportunity for me to work on this. No, 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 no.
Give me strength.
Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So again, if you're trying to get a high score in tournaments like this, especially when there's like no rules within this particular cup, you want to utilize Stitch as much as you possibly can. This way you're able to get the most points possible.
Let's go.
Especially early on, I'm just saying. Just keep in mind, though, that unlike the one tournament, I believe it was the, was it the Titan Cup, or was, yeah, I think it was. Well, anyway, one thing to keep in mind is that your drive gauge does not get refilled in this tournament. Instead, you have to fill it up yourself via the MP charge state, or just by dealing enough damage in general.
It's over. Yeah. Back off.
So honestly, when it comes to this particular tournament, one thing I'd recommend highly is try to preserve your drive gauge and just charge it up as much as you possibly can. Next.
Let's go.
One thing that I do find kind of annoying is that when you do manage to summon someone, they do not heal you, unlike drive forms in which they do. Although I think with Stitch, I think if you just keep him out, he has a passive ability of just restoring your MP, and restoring it relatively quickly at that. Okay, seriously? You stop going into the air. I guess this particular round can be kind of annoying, considering you only have 30 seconds to defeat 2 big, fat enemies.
Let's go.
Okay, that works. By the way, I'm pretty sure in this round, you want to use this opportunity to restore your drive gauge as much as possible. Also, don't be afraid to heal yourself too if you have to. Okay, 2663. Almost there.
Let's go. Hurrah!
So, honestly, when it comes to this particular tournament and getting the score requirement necessary, it really isn't too bad. Definitely better than the last couple of tournaments, for sure, with their fairly high score requirements. And one more thing worth noting as well is that in this particular tournament, despite the fact that you're fighting in the dark here, Stitch's Ohana can even reach the enemies in the darkness. So that's pretty nice. Okay. Time for the final match. There we go. That should take care of that. By the way, you can always retry a tournament and play it again if you so wish at any given time after you finish the tournament, of course. Okay, so that was the score requirement. Perfect. Barely got it, but still, we got it. So, as far as the Paradox Cups are concerned, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing those off next time, because I'm pretty sure that for the Paradox Cups, you actually need to go elsewhere within the Underworld in order to even access it. So, a new episode was added here, which is great. And again, I think for, in order to get the very last, sort of quote-unquote episode to appear, now that I've completed the Cerberus Cup and completed all the worlds, I think I do have to go and fight Xemnas again in order to, truly unlock the final episode of sorts. But again, I think I will be, fighting Xemnas myself off-screen, just so that way I can get that particular thing done and over with as quickly as possible. So with that, folks, I'm going to go ahead and bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with more of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed watching me suffer as I tried to deal with the Mushroom XIII and their shenanigans. Next time, we're going to be taking care of the Paradox Cups of Olympus Coliseum, and if we have time, we're also going to be dealing with maybe the Cavern of Remembrance in its entirety. Regardless, though, it's gonna be a fun and rough ride in the next session. Oh boy. You thought things were gonna get hairy now. Just you wait, my friends. Just you wait. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all later.